What is up, guys? Delboy here. So, Jarrell Miller's next opponent seems to have been finalised on the 17th of November in Kansas City. He is going to be fighting Romanian heavyweight Bogdan Dinu. That will be for the WBA regular heavyweight title. Now, as we know, originally Jarrell Miller was supposed to fight Freza Quendo, but Freza Quendo turned down $500,000 to fight Jarrell Miller. Essentially, his reasoning was there's not enough time to implement VADA drug testing. And, he pulled out of a fight, and God knows what is going to happen with Freza Quendo. Is he going to get stripped of his mandatory status, or is he still going to be in place? Who knows? I mean, that guy's hanging around like a bad rash, let's be honest about it. But anyway, Freza Quendo pulls out, and we have Jarrell Miller versus Bogdan Dinu. Now, I appreciate most people would not have heard of Bogdan Dinu, but I've got to be honest, I actually think this is a better fight than Jarrell Miller versus Freza Quendo. I think Bogdan Dinu at this point is better than Quendo. Dinu was a fairly good amateur, especially at youth level. He was scheduled to fight in the Amateur World Championships in 2007, but he got kicked off his national team for shoplifting, believe it or not. And he never really fought in the main competitions as an amateur, but at youth level he was pretty good. And as a pro, I have seen bits and bobs of him. I've been aware of Bogdan Dinu for quite some time now as a person who follows the heavyweight division. He's been seen as a prospect for God knows how long, and he actually turned pro in 2008, and he's only had 18 fights since then, so he's had 18 fights in 10 years. He has been inactive. He's not actually fought this year yet, and the level of competition he's fought so far has been pretty poor. If you look at his resume, the best names on his resume, or the most recognisable names to sort of heavyweight boxing nerds, are Avery Gibson, he's a decent journeyman, Kirsten Manswell, Eric Martel Baholi, and Marcelo Nascimento, and also Mikael Vieira. They're the best names on his resume. So, there's not really too much there. But if you look at him fight, he's quite well schooled. He's pretty compact. He's got a decent jab. He's got respectable power. Bit of a boxer puncher. Does the basics well. He's an okay fighter. You can tell in the way he carries himself in the ring that he had a decent amateur background. He is quite well schooled. He's pretty technically sound. But, I don't think he brings any outstanding attributes to the table. Like I said, not particularly fast, not particularly dynamic. He hits hard but doesn't have crazy punching power. He's just an okay mid-tier fighter, in my opinion. But nevertheless, I think he's better than what Freza Quendo would be at his age. So I think it's a better fight. I could see Bogdan Dinu giving it a go for a few rounds early on while he's fresh. I could actually see him having success in the first 2 to 3 rounds. Dinu, like I said, he's pretty well schooled, decent straight punches, and for my money, Jarrell Miller takes a lot of straight punches, jabs, right hands, long right hands, etc. These are the type of shots Jarrell Miller walks onto a lot. Go back and look at the Gerald Washington fight, for example. Walking onto long right hands, walking onto jabs. Same with the Marius Wack fight, same with the Du Harper's fight. He's not hard to find when he comes forward. He leaves big gaps, and a guy who can sort of maintain range and a guy who has decent technical skills will be able to find the target. And I think Bogdan Dinu will find the target early on, but I'm not sure how long he can do that for. Like I said, he's been inactive, he's not fought a high level of competition, and he's never gone 12 rounds. So I think eventually the size, the pace, the aggression, the volume of Jarrell Miller will get to him. And after 3-4 rounds, you're going to see Jarrell Miller get on top and start beating him down, start walking him down. And Bogdan Dinu will get stopped, in my opinion, in rounds 5 or 6. But I do think he would be better than what Freza Quendo would have been, to be quite honest. But yeah, don't be surprised if Bogdan Dinu has success early on. But after, like I say, after the first 2 to 3 rounds, that's when Miller's going to come on top. That's when he's going to do the work. And that's when he's going to stop Bogdan Dinu, in my opinion. How do you guys see this fight going? Peace.